You're standing on my spot. Good morning. She's like literally standing where I was supposed to stand. Hold on. This is her channel. It's not mine. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I got these brand new lovely shelves. They are certainly not sorted. I just needed to get the books to go somewhere because they were strewn about the entire apartment and they were sitting in the dining room and the living room and our bedroom. It was a whole thing. But long story short, welcome to the channel. I'm going to reorganize these books today. So enjoy it, and I'm sure I'll talk to you throughout. First up, I'm just going to empty out the shelves. I've already kind of emptied the ones that are too big to go on these shelves. Oh my god. Okay, you can't see me. Hello. Now, if you're looking at me and you're going, Cameron, why is this shelf absolutely minuscule? I'm going to put you up a little bit. It's mostly to do with the fact that I did not plan accordingly. I bought an extra shelf because I was like, I'm going to grow into these shelves. And then I simply didn't think about the fact that this one is affixed on all Billy bookcases. So now these are just probably going to be the shelves for the really, really big books. And I think that makes sense. I'm going to go through and clear out all the shelves, and then I'll start talking a little more after that. Once again, strewn about, but at least strewn about this room. They're kind of everywhere. All the D&D stuff / Magic the Gathering stuff. There's a few books over there. Down a little further, the Percy Jackson stuff. Down here is my Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Kind of the point where I stopped is right here. This is my vampire literature. I used Dracula to transition from my entire classic shelf to vampire. I know my classic shelf isn't alphabetical. I just really wanted to display this because I think it's a beautiful cover. These are all my classics, which is kind of why I was thinking I would put the Greek literature right next to it, because those are the classics. And then here I have a lot of Nick's textbook and stuff like that. And then over here on this shelf we have primarily comics. We have a few volumes of manga. I am aware manga are not comics. I mean, they are, but they're not. But we only have those four, and that's where they go. Then we have All Might right here, a nice little Funko Pop. And then we have back there, I don't know if you're able to see it, but there is a Wonder Woman. So I might take her out of the box because she's not a Funko Pop. She's just a cute little girl. That is where I'm at. What I have left to do, oh my god, I'm looking around. I have a lot of my historical fiction. I have all of my sci-fi, all of my literature based on classics, but not classics. So I have like Pride and Premeditation. They're all gonna go on a shelf together. I have a few dystopians. Yeah, I'm still kind of eyeballing it. I have a little bit of everything, I think. I'm just gonna kind of play the game of what goes where, when, and I'll walk you through it later, I guess. Well. Okay, so I'm done. I finished. Wow. I will probably take a full picture so you can see the whole thing because my camera angle is not doing it for me. Now that it is done, I can actually go through, first of all, and count all of the books. Let me give you more of a breakdown of the shelves first. I think that would probably be the smarter decision. Starting in the top left, we have literary fiction, primarily. We have some really good books. Wonder is one of my favorite books of all time, so of course, Mr. Augie gets the main display at the very top. I'm going on to more literary fiction. These ones are based primarily out of high school. Nothing's on the shelf except for my cute little D&D guys right there. We have our two miscellaneous fantasy. Specifically up on this top right shelf, we have our V.E. Schwab. And then we also have, on the shelf below, we have the Inkheart series, sorry, not Inkspell. Inkheart series and The Priory of the Orange Tree. I guess we'll just start heading left, but on the left we have Nick's D&D and Magic shelf. Nothing too crazy on that one. And then we have my 2 little baby poetry books. And then we have our nonfiction section. I showed this to you earlier, but specifically I found the Gulag Archipelago, and that definitely belongs in this area. So we got our 5 little books here. From there, we move into the mystery / suspense / murder section. Those 3 books that are on their side are my mom's Christmas gift. I don't know particularly what to call this section. Tim Dorsey and Carl Hyacin are very much Florida man. Like, all of their books take place in Florida and stuff like that. But I put Yellowface next to it because these feel a lot more like fiction about real world issues. So I kind of put them in their own little corner. Also because they're bright as hell. So it's easier just to put them all together. I kind of already showed you my sad boy corner. 2 Dark Academia books, and then you have Young Mungo, A Little Life, and Demon Copperhead. And then we have our historical fiction. And then we have my Star Wars shelf. And then my D&D shelf. And then we have our cookbook shelf, and then that borrowed book right there. And then we have our short shelf. These are all my reference books. That's my American Sign Language section. That is Nick's books. And then we have some comics and manga, published works. And then we have All Might, and that little guy who I don't know. And then you can kind of see Wonder Woman in the back. Not very well, but you can see her. And then we have Nick's comics right there. Moving on down, of course, we have our classics section. So I've already kind of shown off this area. And then right there are vampires, where you see Dracula, and that little corner is the vampire literature. Then we have all of the Greek literature that I have. And then moving on from there is my little corner where I decided to put T.J. Klune and Neil Gaiman and my Terry Pratchett book, my singular Terry Pratchett book. We have our sci-fi corner, of course, gonna display Jurassic Park. And then we have, I don't really know how to describe this shelf. I think it's primarily, well, this is kind of my unhinged / eat the rich pile. I don't know how to describe it other than people make bad decisions and oftentimes they're rich. And then from there, we have kind of a Joseph Fink horror corner. And that kind of bleeds in over here. I have 3 horror books. From there, I have a few books that are based on classic literature. So Pride and Premeditation, The Daughter of Dr. Moreau, and God of Neverland. Moving on over, this is kind of, I don't know how to describe it other than there's a few dystopian things. Obviously the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is there. And then there is also a lot of superpowered stuff. So I can't describe it. I put that little dead guy doing yoga next to some of the horror because it made me laugh. Then we kind of get into the philosophy / politics / miscellaneous pile that is not fiction. And then we have our just straight up romance section. I don't have a huge romance selection. That's literally it. I read most of my romances on Kindle Unlimited. Finally, down in these corners, we have my more reality-based books about magic. Little in the corner is The Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Yeah, that's my whole shelf. Plenty of room still to grow. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the day where I can just like line all of these up. I don't have to lay any of them flat. I don't have to display any of them. That is a while from now though. So I'm gonna go ahead and count these and then I'll let you know how much I have. The math has been mathed. The total numbers are in. Just going from the top bound. Just going from the top down, we have 30 books in row 1, 32 books in row 2, 32 books in row 3, 29 books in row 4. That's not including any of those comics or any additional stuff like that. There's 55 books in row number 5. Row number 6 has 42 books, and row number 7 has 43, for a total count of 263 books that I'm going to be starting out with. I am sure next time we see each other, I will have a total count of where I'm starting at. I am planning on keeping track of that going into the beginning of the year. Thank you so much for joining me on this. Thank you for making it through this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it would be really nice if you could leave a like, maybe subscribe, comment below. If you have any thoughts about how I did my shelves, if you just absolutely hate it, I want to see your comments. Otherwise, you can catch me at Birds Books on Instagram. That's where I'll probably be posting regularly. I should have a TikTok and everything up by this point, so I'll put all the links down in the description below. If you, by any chance, want to help me fill out all of my shelves, I will put a link below for my wish list from bookshops.org, and I think I also will have a list if you want an early peek at kind of what my 2023 overview, what my 5 stars were. You can check the affiliate link down below for the bookshop.org my lists and what I recommend to you guys. If you buy from there, I get a nice little cut and it helps support bookstores all over America. This is the end of the video. I will see you all next week. Bye!